I mean, it's not like you
Does that
did it
start?
as the very second I switched to the
like a
live
jump scare
scene or
for the
anything like
viewers.
that. Yeah, I'm sure there's look. I didn't even get the chance to give anyone a trigger warning before you gave that jump scare. What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
Thanks for joining us. This is Beckoned Blackest Night, and this is Crit and Miss Role Playing Games, the best gaming community since Southeast Asia was introduced to ping pong. How are you guys?
Good, thank
Good.
you.
Yeah, good. Pretty good.
Happy Monday is nearly done.
Happy Monday. That sounded like a bit of a contradiction. You didn't sound happy at all. Are you happy?
Oh, I might have cut out. I said happy Monday is nearly done.
Yeah. Oh. So you are. I thought Happy Monday was the title of the day, and it was nearly done. Like you're like you really like Mondays, so you've called them Happy Mondays.
I thought it was Happy Monday as well.
No.
It's like a
I
Happy
don't
Meal.
know what it is. Like, honestly, since our last session, I've been scared of everything, including my own shadow, and just like weep with despair when things don't go my way.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, you'll like that before the session.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
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 Let's just dive into that a little bit more. You don't like Mondays, Christian? Not a Monday guy?
I never liked Mondays. I don't like mornings. So anything that's the start of something, ugh.
So banter up front of an episode, not a big fan of that either.
Nah, just get straight
No,
into the action.
just get
Bring us
straight
that
into the
combat
action.
where we TPK.
You won't be saying that in about 2.5 hours.
I was about to say, is that Christian or Fujin saying that?
Could be a bit of both. Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you degenerates. Have any of you guys been at a cemetery after dark?
Yes.
No.
I think
No?
so.
Yeah?
Yes.
I don't
Yeah?
think so.
You know what?
I mean, if I had a reason to be there, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I've just no reason to be there after dark.
Do you really need a reason to go to a cemetery after dark? Isn't it kind of just like one of those things that you do when you're a teen?
Especially if
When
you're
I was
goth
younger,
adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
I
I was younger,
think-
I dated 2 goth chicks.
At the same time or separately? How many of them did you take to the cemetery at night time?
I'm not going to say on the grounds that may incriminate him.
I'm sorry, you guys cut out. We'll just have to move on.
I want to know, you know how goths have their like makeup and it's really like pale?
Yeah.
Does it make them stand out more at nighttime? Like you just see the face?
It does.
It
It's
does?
the black lipstick you got to watch out for, though.
So it's just like a face and there's like a hole in the middle. I imagine if you're like driving along at nighttime and a goth jumps out of the bushes, it like will blind you because of the reflection. Is that a thing?
Sven,
Yeah.
I'm that pale every day. And I can tell you that, yeah, if I jump right in front of someone in the middle of the night, they're going to be pretty scared. My nickname in primary school was Casper.
Well, that's why I flick off the headlights whenever you walk in front of the car.
It really begs the question on if there is a man on the moon or is there just a goth kid stuck up in a tree?
What? We're having fun.
That's funny. I love that. Funny.
All the goth kids out there, get in touch. I want to know.
Well, the funny thing is that when I used to hang out at the cemetery, I was often under a tree at the cemetery. I feel a bit called out. I wasn't in the tree though, to make it clear. It was just around it.
Shoot, goth tree.
Is this a
goth kid
banter
in a
topic
tree.
tonight?
Yeah, I didn't really have a banter topic tonight. I thought I'd just say something and see what happens, and I'm kind of glad I did because
Well,
this is great.
Gemma Stone.
What? There's so much to unpack. What were you doing hanging out at a cemetery? Like,
Well, I lived 2 doors down from one.
yeah.
So there was my house, and then there was another house, and then there was a cemetery. There was like a famous grave there. As I said, I was goth adjacent.
Mm.
Like this is back when like goth was at its prime. Like I was like a full metal head, and like it was pretty cool to go sit in a cemetery and like commune with the spirits. So I just sit there and be like,
Let's be
hey,
honest
hey,
about
dudes.
it. It's also Buffy the Vampire Slayer was out.
Oh, do you know what? I wasn't allowed to watch that, but no, but that is true. It was like Blade had came out. When I was out at first, I wasn't allowed to watch it. It was a travesty. But yeah, like The Craft The craft caused all kinds of stuff. Like, and and we'd just be like, hey, what do you want to do? I had our friends over and be like, yeah, let's go to the cemetery. It was just a cool place to be.
It fucking boggles my mind what you were and were not allowed to do as a child. Hang out at a cemetery?
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
I go
but
too deep into it.
if they caught you watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, though, look out.
No,
At that age, I was allowed, yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
that. Like, my parents, I was banned from watching Adventure Time because it was too scary. But you know what was okay? Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze.
It's the Sways. He gets a pass every time.
He does.
R-rated movie.
He's in Dirty Dancing. He gets a pass for everything.
Nah,
And
nah.
My
Point
third
Break.
favorite movie of all time.
Yeah,
What's your first two?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah, I mean, you can't say your third favorite and not give us 1 and 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Duck Soup,
Duck soup.
and Blazing Saddles.
Putting these.
Oh yeah, Blazing Saddles is very good.
Interesting choice. I can understand that you weren't allowed to watch Adventure Time, but you were allowed to watch Roadhouse because no one actually wants to watch Roadhouse. So your parents just figured that it wouldn't matter,
And Mad Max as well.
Mad Max.
Oh God.
Good film.
Yeah.
Good film, that one. Yeah, I do enjoy that one.
We also used to watch mixed martial arts a lot. Me and my dad, we used to watch wrestling. We used to watch boxing together. But apparently Adventure Time is too violent.
I wasn't allowed to watch the news.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
Oh.
feel like the news is worse than any show nowadays.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Yeah, like my parents were fucking very, very weird and had extremely weird, like, my parents were the most relaxed yet strict parents you could ever meet. It was very confusing. But like, it did mean I watched a lot of documentaries when I was young. So like, that was like one of the things we were allowed to watch was documentaries and like Jackie Chan movies. So I grew up really liking martial arts and nature. So like, that works really well.
And that's why you started, saying, "Babe, because I'm a natural at martial arts." So it just really came together. Just came
I
together.
would pay
That's
for
exactly right.
a crit and miss TikTok video of you practicing martial arts in the backyard.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
shirtless.
God, yeah. God, yeah. We should make it like a goal or something. That can be our goal.
Yeah, we'll make it our sub goal
We were actually,
in more ways than one.
yeah. We were talking about redoing the whole Nightman Cometh play from Always Sunny as a crew, as some sort of goal as well, because we have the script. I brought that for.
We got the script. It's ready to go. I'm gonna make that a goal for the channel. We get a certain amount of whatever the fucks. I haven't decided what this is yet. Oh, by the way, this isn't a show for your kids. I'm gonna be swearing a lot. Whatever the fucks. We're gonna do the Nightman Cometh. We're gonna see who's here in Townsville. Mod will fly you up. I'm not paying for it. You can pay for it yourself. But we'll fly you up, and we're gonna be doing the Nightman Cometh in its entirety. All right. So make sure you subscribe or whatever it is that I decide I want you people to do at home. Speaking of things that I want you to do, we have something new with Beckoned Blackest Night. We're going to move on. We have something, you can see it, brand new overlay. It's right there in front of you if you're watching this on YouTube. Sorry, this is not for you. This is for the people who are watching this live. Okay, you can see we have a new feature. It's called the Taroka deck. If you're with us on TikTok, you'll know what that is. And if you're not, I'm going to tell you what it is right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you catch the next episode live so that you can get involved in the action, because this is pretty freaking cool. I put a lot of work into this. All right. So if no one does it, I'll be very upset. There could be tears.
He's gonna cry.
So the Taroka deck is a thing on Twitch. I'm going to unlock that in just a moment. And what you can do is you are going to be accruing crit coin when you're watching any crit and miss stream live. And you can use those crit coins to unlock that reward, redeem that reward in the chat. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull a random card from a deck and attribute it to any one of the players. And each of those cards has a different effect, essentially, that they will have to live with, I guess. And that can also be attributed to me as well. Here's the kicker. If you don't like that card, and the reward becomes available, you can redeem it again, and it will draw a new card from the deck, and it will pass it on to another random player, including me. Okay. Also, if the effect of the card has finished, it'll leave, it'll go away, and then you guys can redeem another one, and the whole thing starts all over again. There's a whole bunch of random effects. I spoke about that with the players. None of them wanted to have this in the game, but I'm the DM, so I overruled them and I did it anyway. Anyway, that's my spiel. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm excited.
Very
I wanna
good.
see what
Sounds
sort of effects
amazing.
happen.
I'm keen.
Yeah, it's still a work in progress. I still want to make more cards and you know, mess around with it a little bit, make it a little bit more visually appealing as well. But for the time being, we've got it there. It's ready to go, and I'm going to switch that
I can't
on.
click it yet.
Wait, Mod. We're going to give the viewers a chance to redeem one first, okay? I'll let you know when you can draw one if no one does. But there you go. That's turned on now. Just like me, as we're about to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
I see it.
Shall
I see it.
Shall we do that?
It's so big, Sven.
I know. It's not the first time I've been told that.
Oh, it's so hard not to click on it.
It's so big. It's so hard not to click on it. Anyway, episode 8. We made it to episode 8, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thought that it could happen? Who would have thought that this dog and pony show could, you know, limp on this long? But it has, thanks to the ponies, not the dogs. They were really letting us down. But anyway, we're here. And I'm just going to do a brief recap because we need to get straight back into it tonight, because this is going to be an interesting episode. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can almost guarantee you someone is going to die tonight. Whether it's going to be one of the players, one of the characters, I don't know. But there will
Hopefully
be
Hopefully not one of the players.
death.
Yeah, probably not. Eh?
You're not really committed. then.
Listen, Pope Francis, if you're out there, we know you've got our back.
All
So-
the popes listening. All the popes
Not
listening.
this again.
Buckle in your seatbelts. Put on your adventure hats, and let's dive straight into it, shall we? Just going to do a brief recap so we can dive straight back into it, because I don't know what's going to happen tonight, and I don't want to deprive people of all the excitement and fun.
Trigger.
Oh, yes, of course. Trigger warning. Tonight's episode comes with a trigger warning. I forgot to write that down, but luckily I do my due diligence of every episode. There's a potential trigger warning for tonight's episode. This episode may feature themes that some viewers might find distressing, including descriptions of violence, horror themes, and child abuse. And if any of these themes cause you to experience anxiety or distress, I would encourage you to quit watching immediately. Consider yourself warned. And yes, I might flash a nipple every now and then, but that depends on the chat and what you guys really want. 'Cause that's what I do. I give you what you want.
I saw something the other day.
Was it my nipple?
It was like a meme, and it's like, I was sick, so I asked my girlfriend to give me some ibuprofen.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Next time I have a headache.
That's really
What was I doing? Ah, yes, a recap. In this episode, the party of heroes, in quotation marks, they seem to be poised to continue down into the lower basement. That's pretty much where we're at. So you guys have come to this house to cleanse it of whatever haunting there is. Dan just realized that I thought I wrote this down. I didn't. So I'm just going to improvise it now. You came to this house to cleanse it of whatever haunting was happening in this house. Some shenanigans happened. You came across the ghosts of 2 children. You found out that from them that if you want to cleanse this house of whatever haunting is happening here, you need, the answer is in the basement. That's what they said. The answer is in the basement. So you tried to leave. The ghosts possess you. You head downstairs. Fujin falls in a trap. No saving throw. Takes massive amounts of damage. Could have killed him, but
Bullshit.
Not that lucky. Hey man, it's just from the book. And you sort of that's where you find yourself. You continued on. Last we left off, Fujin and Bill were poised at the top of a flight of stairs in a narrow hallway that continues further down to a lower section of this dungeon that you uncovered beneath this haunted house. And Fujin, you can hear the sounds of human voices joined together in this repeating chant, echoing up the stairs, just over and over again. He is ancient. He is the land. He is ancient. He is the land. He is ancient. He is the land. Now, the rest of the party, just, you know what? Let's go to the map here. Give you a bit of an idea about where you guys are, and I'll put on the appropriate. Have I changed the map? No. Have I done the wrong map here? No, that's fine. Okay, that should come up in just a second.
That looks right.
That looks right. Okay, very good. Now let me find the right ambience. There it is. My one's not loading, which is a bit of a problem. Anyway, you can see on the map, Fujin and Bill Iron Dancer poised at the top of the stairs, which lead down further into the basement. The rest of you, Thana...
Oh, there's something on the map that we see that we shouldn't. About 5 spaces above me.
Yeah, that's not even supposed to be there. That's the funny part. I don't know why that's there.
I can't see everybody. I can only see Tane.
All right, yeah, so...
You've only got eyes for me. I appreciate that.
Because of the marching order that you're currently in, yes, that's correct. You should only be able to see Tane just to the south of where you are, bright eyes to the southwest. There is a corridor heading towards the east, about 4 feet wide, something like that, and Thana is just the entrance of that corridor. You can see those glowing green dancing lights as they sort of bob and weave in place, casting that eerie green light. And maybe you see a centipede dart out of a crack in the wall, like runs down the wall and scurries along the corner and disappears down into the darkness. Fujin, you can hear that chanting. It's cold down here. It's definitely multiple degrees colder down here than it was up above. Maybe even Fujin, now that you've been there for a little while, you might even be able to hear, is that like the sound of water coming from down there as well? Like intermingled with the sound of that chanting? Anyways, you guys tell me what you want to do here. You got a couple options. So maybe talk it out in character or just, player to player. Let's find out what you guys want to do.
Well, I know for you and me, Dan, despite our sort of rushedness, we were waiting for the others to sort of get to us. The plan was to continue going down here. It was just that everyone else was too scared to go down the or jump
Trap
over
way.
the gap. Correct. So
I think we called out to them just before we ended last week.
Yeah.
Or
And then
week before.
they're like not far behind us, so I'm happy just to sort of chill here with the lights, the light looking down this passageway, and just sort of listen.
Yeah, so it's like a 25, 30 foot hallway. You know that they're down the end of that hallway towards the north. The rest of you saw Fujin and Bill heading down towards the south, and I imagine you can probably still see the remnants of Bill's torchlight sort of flickering on the walls. Maybe you see a rat like dart across the floor, duck around the
Just
corner.
for clarification, last session, I think Grace and I did actually walk into the room on the east, and then there was a whole heap of bodies and Tane noped the fuck out and ran away. And that's where we ended for Tane.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, it's a good point as well. Tane, you are possessed with the spirit of Thorn Bolt Durst. Thana, you are possessed with the spirit of Rosafelda Durst. And Fritz, you are possessed with the spirit of Fred Durst. Yes.
What? Stop rolling.
Rolling. Keep rolling up.
Wait, when did Fritz become possessed? Did I miss something? What?
The joke.
Because I was gothic
for one.
It probably just went a little bit too high.
Yeah, Tane,
It happened.
you hear like whispering in your ear, and it's just like, I did the soundtrack for Mission Impossible 2.
But I did it all for the nookie.
Grace, this is something that happens to all ex-goth adjacent people at this age. You do at some point get possessed by Fred Durst. Just be careful.
Sorry. I thought I was just confused. I apologize.
Yeah, right. It's a problem.
Okay.
The worst part is if the next evolution is like in Kid Rock, so be very careful of not missing that saving throw.
Can we put that in the Taroka deck, please, Sven?
It's a slippery slope.
Possessed by Kid Rock.
So just as a quick side note before we kick off, I see Fred Durst there. Thank God he's with us in spirit and in body now.
Yeah, there it is.
But the possession says I'm afraid of my own shadow and will weep if I don't get my own way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still in control of myself.
Yeah, so basically you are struggling
Mechanically,
Yeah.
am I actually going to be able to fight, or is this something where you're just like, out?
No. You can still fight, but there might be some mechanical consequences.
Cool. Okay.
That you need
That's
to overcome.
basically what I wanted to find out.
Yeah. And Fred
I
Durst
just
is
couldn't
there.
see
and he's
anyone
like,
dragging me across the pit of spike.
I know you'll
if
be
I was
loving
chucking
this
his
shit right here.
Right here. No one knows what it's
And then
like
he sort of
to be the
slides
bad man.
into the well
Right.
and disappears.
And pulls up
Into the hot dog flaming water.
Wait, where'd the other guys go?
You hear this?
Sorry.
Tane, over here. We found the stairs.
Oh, all right. And gets behind Thana and sort of pushes her to go first.
Thana, you go.
Thana is the leader, remember?
Yeah, that's why I'm like. Okay. I just had to remember what I was doing for a second. Thana sort of like rolls her eyes and is like, oh, big baby. And she sort of pulls along Tane, meanders forward slowly. Down the hallway. Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Keeping in mind, it is completely dark down here. So for those people who have dark vision, I mean, you can see in black and white. You got those dancing lights there. Grace, I'm going to let you move them around. Can you move them around? Do you have that ability to do that, or do I need to make that adjustment?
Oh, like spell wise or like?
No.
Like
Tabletop
no,
wise. Can you move them on the tabletop?
Yeah, they were. But they're not casting light when I move them.
All right.
And I've got a torch as well.
All right.
And it's
So
not
Tana,
letting
you'd
me
be able
move
to
further than
see me with the torch.
Yeah, so one thing, it's being the light from your dancing light is being overridden by the torch light as well. So if they move into the darkness, they should reveal some light. But yeah, you step into that hallway, you can see that torch light from down south. You can see maybe Bill standing at the end of that narrow hallway. Towards the east, there's a set of stairs that goes down, 4 or 5 steps leading slightly downwards, and then ends 5 feet, 10 feet further, and then turns towards the right. That's where Tane disappeared to and then immediately came running back.
Oh, the room of bones.
The bone room.
Yeah, fuck it. Because Thana is emboldened currently by the spirit of Rosen.
Roosevelda? Rosa?
It's Roosevelda.
Rosa.
We're just gonna call her Rose for simplicity's sake. She's emboldened. She's just going to walk very fast into that room full of bones, and she's gonna have a look around, I think.
Yeah, man.
I'm a bit curious.
It's happening. I pulled a card.
Gemma pulled the first heroic
Oh,
card. All right.
Yes.
Let's have a look. That one has been attributed to you, Mod, and you got the beast. Now,
I'm already a
I
beast.
know this one off by heart. Basically, you get the opportunity to perform a bite action as a bonus action, doing 1d6 plus strength damage. So you have that up your sleeve for...
Oh, thank God. I don't have to do it right now, do I?
No, you don't have to do it right now. No.
Okay,
It's
thank
for you to use when you want. But yeah, you might have to think about what you want to bite, because there might be consequences involved with biting things. Now,
Sven,
yes.
can I please check something? Does that wear off after 10 minutes or until the next card is pulled?
I can't read it on the overlay. I'm going to just say it's going to be till the next card is pulled or until it's used.
Okay.
Beast boy in the house.
Yeah, all right. Thana, let's talk about what you see.
Yes, please.
You see a chamber with a plain wooden table, flanked on either side by long benches. There are moldy humanoid bones lying strewn across the floor. You can see there is you have dark vision, so you can see this. There is an alcove on the eastern wall. There is another hallway that leads from this chamber to the north, and a chamber leading towards the south. And this chamber that you're in, I mean, it's 15 feet wide. No, 20 feet wide and 15 feet, whatever, long.
Yeah, so it's not huge.
It's not huge. No.
It's not small.
The table takes up most of the chamber. It's also got these, thick wooden beams that are sort of supporting the ceiling every 5 to 10 feet. While you're looking around, Fujin, let's talk about what you're doing while this is happening.
Well, Fujin honestly is just waiting right now, beside Bill, intently listening to the voices that are still speaking that same phrase over and over and over. He is ancient. Probably getting a little sort of like on edge with all the ghosts and crap that is happening at the moment. But look, I think, he's poised and ready and is actively looking down the staircase, especially after that trap. I might not say it, I'll try to say it, but I'm going to perception check every hallway that I walk down now, looking for any fuckery.
Yeah, man. Give me a perception check for the one you're currently standing in. Let's roll some dice.
The staircase that goes down and lower.
Yeah.
A 16.
A 16. Let me have a little looky here. You don't notice any traps. in the hallway that you're standing in, you can see that those stairs delve much deeper down below. The stairs go for another 20 or so feet steeply downwards. You spend a little bit of time, perceiving your surroundings, and even against the crackling of Bill's torch, you definitely hear the sound very faintly of dripping water, lapping water, intermingled with that rhythmic chanting that continues unabated the entire time that you're there. While that's happening, let's go to Fritz and Tane and Fred Durst, who comes back out of the well. He's like, what's going on, guys? What are you guys doing?
But
Yeah, see, I actually
as-
thought he was talking
sorry.
about a D&D character when he said that Gemma was possessed by Fred first, and I was really confused.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well-
You're very young. I forgot about that.
For Grace, it's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off.
Tane, Tane is right
Yeah.
here.
So I'll just be following Tane.
Tane, as Thana runs past, he sort of hesitates and stops, and he's like, "Right, Bill, I think we're going around or something, and I think we're going round." And I'm going to keep following Thana.
Okay. Continuing towards the
Yeah,
east.
and
Fritz, where would you like to go?
we're doing the same.
Following along?
We're following. Yep.
Bill?
Apparently we're
Can I
going
do a
round.
perception check though, as I enter that room?
Yep, absolutely. Let's do a
Thank
little
you.
pause zoney right there. Bill, you just see, like, maybe you can hear what Tane just said. You just see them all just, like, walk past that hallway, one after the other, glowing light. Fritz, you step into that room. Same thing. Humanoid bones, moldy humanoid bones scattered across the floor. Big wooden table dominating the center of this room. Roll a perception check. You already did. With
I did 21.
a 21. All right. With a 21, what you notice is, and you don't have dark vision. No. You can't see much beyond. Tane, are you carrying a torch, buddy? You're muted.
Tane.
I've got 120 foot dark vision, and there's the dancing flames around us as well.
Grace, have you moved those lights into the room?
I would have, yeah. Sorry, I'm currently disconnected.
Okay.
The game is, so I can't move anything, but I would have, yes.
I'd say you probably move them into the corners of the room to sort of light this place up. All right, so with a 21, they, I believe, only do dim light. So I'm going to need you to roll that one again for me, Gemma, as you have to roll with disadvantage given the dim light situation.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh, actually, I apologize, Sven.
Yes.
I did have a lantern.
Oh, have a
I
lantern.
had a lantern.
Oof. Saved
Yeah, I
by
thought
the
it was-
mod.
I
All
thought there
right.
was 2 light sources.
Yeah,
And-
it's been 2 weeks, so
I'm just
I
going to
forgot.
move you guys into the room a little bit.
Would you like me to roll again?
So
no.
the ramp is 15 foot and then an additional 30 feet. So
15
45
foot.
feet of dim light and 15 foot of bright light.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say the combination between your lantern and those dancing lights amongst the room will be enough to create bright light throughout this room. So we'll just go with that first roll you did with the 21.
Thank you. 21.
Fritz,
21.
you feel like you see something moving in the alcove towards the east. You're used to seeing these insects darting in and out of the cracks in like the slate walls, and it's almost like there's like a little insect just like moving around, just poking out of like a hole, and it's just like a little worm just moving about. And then you stop and watch, and you can see there's another one just below it, and they're just moving about like this. And then Tane, you sort of scour the room with your light, just going back and forth, and you can see there is something like clinging to the wall, almost like snake-like creature, like clinging to the wall in that alcove. All right, so I'm going to unpause you guys there. Before you go ahead and move about, just let me know what you guys want to do. That counts for you, Bill, and Fujin as well, because this stuff is happening simultaneously, so.
Guys, the poll's up in chat, by the way.
So just to recap, so would Fritz have told everyone that there are snacks? That there are no ropes in the room? Or...
I don't know, man. Do you, Fritz? Do you keep it to yourself?
Fritz would not keep it to himself. He'd sort of tap Thana on the shoulder and be like, hey, what's this?
Thana sort of looks at the wall and is like, I don't know, aren't you supposed to be the ranger? She says, bringing the light closer to the wall.
And Fritz would be like, yes, but not with ghost shit. This is ghost shit.
Right, maybe we should go back. Power in numbers, safety in numbers, and all that. Maybe the other guys need our help.
No, we're quite fine here. I think you're fine. Can I do a perception? Actually, to see if there's anything interesting.
Sorry, say that again. What would you like to do?
An investigation.
An investigation. Yeah, absolutely. What are you looking for exactly with your investigation?
Sus shit.
Sus shit. All right. Okay. Very, very good.
Make a sus check.
Roll a sus check for me.
Rolling sus check. Give me 10 seconds. It's thinking. Okay, that is a 4 on the sus check.
Seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I think this room's fine. I mean, I personally, as the leader, undisputed leader of the group, not, I'm obviously the leader. I think that this room is fine.
You're talking now. You spend a little bit of time. You
Right.
can see there's 4 of those little worms just like moving about. And now that you spend a little bit more time looking at them as well, you can see they're actually much larger than you originally thought. And they seem to have these like hooked barbs on the end of them.
Yep, this room's fine. Might as well go find another room then.
Is there some sort of check that Fritz could do as a ranger to see if this is anything to worry about? Or
Yeah. I mean, sure. Sure, there's some check that you can do. I wouldn't know what it is. Let me have a look.
animal handling? Is this an animal? Is this
You're trying to handle it?
nature?
Is this an animal?
Why don't you check it out, Fred?
Actually, funnily enough, Fred walks into the room. He's like, "It's a chocolate starfish," and then I'm going back down my well, and he goes down his well. He's gone. And actually, funnily enough, roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana. Oh, that's unexpected. I've got a -2 to that. Oh, natural 20.
Hey,
Hello.
Yeah, all right. Like, I'm gonna give you a little something here as well. You know, you're a ranger. You're,
Yeah.
you know about things that kill people. It's your John.
Yeah.
So you spend a little bit more time looking here now as well. I'm actually going to show it to you. You recognize this as a ploy used by creatures called Gricks, where they cling to like cavern walls. And Gricks are like these long serpentine creatures with a long snake-like body and 4 tentacles. They are aberrations. And they lure like victims, like creatures, towards them with those little tentacle things. Like, there's like that snake that sort of sticks its tail out and does this shit. So they sort of do that, and then they like grab it with those tentacles and murder the shit out of it. So yeah, there's a Grick in that alcove. Doesn't seem to be moving or going anywhere, but yeah.
Okay. Would he know whether it's something we need to worry about, or?
An 18. Yeah.
20.
20.
Not 20.
Oh, it's a natural 20. Yeah, but this is a check. So it is an 18.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
But with an 18, yeah, look, it's nasty business. These things are deadly. You know that.
Okay. All right. So I'd try and communicate to the group what this is and be like, would you still like to leave the room?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Can we just,
Mod's on mute.
if we leave it alone, is it going to bite us, or is it the kind of thing that it's like exit immediately or perish?
There you go. That's what it looks like.
Where would I see that?
In the game
chat
log. In the chat.
Oh, God. Is it big?
It's medium size, so same size as like a person.
It's like a flame beast.
Flame beast?
Am I looking at the same thing?
No, I think you're looking at the wrong thing. In the chat log for D&D Beyond or above VTT, you should see there's definitely no flames. So.
Oh, okay. No, sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to fight that.
So is that thing attached to the wall, did you say? Like, would she see that, like, does she know this thing can move, or would it be static?
No, it can move. It can move. It's just like a bit of an ambush predator. It's probably been down here for quite some time, feasting on whatever remains were down here. And now it's just sort of grabbing what it can. You can see it's like, have you ever seen a snake, like a python that's wedged itself in a drain pipe or something like that? That's basically what it's doing. It's like wedged into that alcove, like its body, like its very muscular body is just like wedged in there, just sort of, and like the color of this thing, it blends in almost perfectly. Like you almost didn't even see it with your perception check, but it was just enough to see that movement. It's ready to attack.
Dan did point out that my mic was muted when I said all this, but I would very much like to leave this room. Oh wait, I think I hear him call him. Hey, we need help! Oh, help! We need help! We should probably go check on him. Right.
All right, so we're going to try and disengage then?
I would say so, very slowly. Yes, let's back away.
Okay. Very slowly.
Is that a stealth check?
You can roll a stealth check if you want to. You don't feel as though it's going to be chasing you. If you're watching it, you're walking backwards. As long as you're not going any closer to it, you should be all right, as far as you can tell.
All right, cool. Then ignore that roll, whatever it was.
And like, it's hard to tell. It doesn't have eyes. It's difficult for you to even be able to tell if it even knows that you're in the room or not. You would suspect that it would, but you don't know. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. So Fritz would be like, I'm coming, Tane. For some reason I can't move properly, but that's okay. Go.
Yeah, I think you need to go down to Bill.
Yeah.
Go in the middle again, and we're gonna go over the
Me?
pit.
I can't move my character properly.
Oh, it's.
All
I'm
right.
having issues with.
So just
PC
tell
as
me
well.
where are you going? You're heading down south, stepping
Yeah.
over that trap.
Downtown.
You
Cruising
fall
for the
into it, no
alley.
saving throw, and you take 3d6 points of damage. No, you don't. You know it's there. You can jump over it. You have enough light to do that. And Bill, Fujin, you see the rest of your companions, I use that word tentatively, joining up with you.
Bright Eyes would come too. I just can't move him.
Whoops, I accidentally pressed a button I shouldn't have. There you go, that's better. Now tell me, are you guys heading downstairs, yay or nay?
That was the original plan, so as the other guys get there, about time. What was taking so long?
There was a Grick.
The fuck's a Grick?
It's a what is it? An abysmal or whatever? Ben?
Aberration.
Aberration. It's an aberration.
It'll be
not a
abysmal
good one.
after I finish with it.
Well, it's the other way, so let's go down these stairs.
Okay, there's chanting coming from people. If we take a moment to be quiet, you can all hear. We are ancient. Or he is ancient, sorry. And the sound of water down there? Maybe the well connects to whatever is beneath.
Oh.
I don't know if this is important or not, but yes. The noises of the people are from down here. It's quite ominous, like it's those children's parents or whoever the other beds belong to. And I don't know if any of you work well in water. I certainly don't.
I mean, I did swimming as a boy, but don't really have my trunks with me.
You don't do anything well, so let's just ignore you.
Excuse me. Excuse me. As team captain and true leader of this group, I say that Fujin needs to stop insulting people and should go to the naughty. And she folds her arms and sort of stomps her foot like a petulant child.
Fujin's gonna start walking down the stairs. Just turns away from the conversation. But obviously, done the perception check. Once the next area that he hasn't paid attention to, he'll do another one.
And you fall in a truck and you die! No. Sort marching order, Fujin leading the pack. Bill,
Yeah,
immediately
I'd be
after, I
second
imagine.
behind.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still too scared to say otherwise, so yeah.
All right, let me tell
I'm his
you
light source.
what you see as you reach the bottom of the stairs. They descend. They keep going down deeper and deeper into the darkness of this accursed maze. The chanting that you hear continues to grow in intensity as you continue down into the depths. Finally, the stairs empty out into a wide chamber, 25 feet wide and 15 feet long. The natural stone ceiling hangs 8 feet overhead, supported by thick wooden posts. The walls feature 13 equally spaced niches. Not Nietzsche, as in the psychologist guy, niches, alcoves, each complete with a small wooden pedestal, upon which rests a number of unusual objects. There are 2 5-foot wide hallways dug into the chamber's southern wall. Let's start with a perception check from you, Christian, Fujin, as you did mention you were doing that, so we'll do a perception check before you enter into that chamber.
100%. Oh,
You know,
18.
every time
An 18 on that perception check. Yeah, all right. With the light of that torch. you can see each one of those niches has a strange small objects that vary in size. It's difficult to make out exactly what they all are. The one closest to you in the north and south, one of them is just like right on your left. Almost like as soon as you enter this room, there's one on the left, and it appears to be a small mummified yellow hand with sharp claws on a loop of rope. And the one directly to your south appears to be a small wooden coffer, like a little box. That is what you see. Let's take it to the map. I'll take you guys over there, and I will add the rest of you soon to be dead adventurers. Thana, Fritz. Where are you, Fritz? You elusive
Can you
bastard.
also add the adventurers that are going to live through and level up? Not just the ones that are
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
die?
add the ones that are going to do that. You ready? And I'm done.
Oh, I'm there.
I can see me.
So me, Tane, and Thana are dead.
You're all
And
dead.
Bright Eyes. We're all dead.
You're all dead. All right. Okay, so your torchlight is sort of limited by these thick wooden beams interspersed throughout the entire chamber. Again, 13 niches all around this chamber, 2 exits in the southern wall. One you can see is a narrow 5-foot wide hallway, just continues to the south. That's the southeastern one, and then the southwestern hallway goes for about 10 feet and then branches towards the west. You may enter the room if you wish to do so.
I'll call out to the group behind, seeing all of the crap like that, but not loud enough that the praying priests can hear. Don't touch anything.
Don't tell me what to do.
Fine, you know what? With your attitude, you touch everything, but just you.
I don't like him. He's a poopy butthead.
And I'll try to look for, I guess, like a way forward. We can still hear the singing from a certain direction, yes?
Yeah, man, it's just coming from the south. Could be from either
I'll
one
head
of
towards
those.
there, slowly, waiting for the team behind me, taking step by step, in case any of them do get lured by or curious by what's in the alcoves. But that's Fujin's goal, slowly just creeping towards that southern door.
Yeah, so there's not really any doors. It's just 2 hallways that branch off of the chamber that you're currently in. So it's not
I see,
blocked
I see.
off, but you get down there. Maybe Bill, if you go a little bit further into the room, you might be able to see a little bit more. But Fujin, one thing that you do notice immediately is the sound of that water that you could hear is coming from the hallway that you're currently standing at the mouth of. You can see it slopes downwards. Have a look here. Yeah, it slopes downwards about another 15 feet. About 10 feet. 10 feet. And it ends in a portcullis, like a heavy iron portcullis, rusted, submerged, the end of which is submerged between 2 feet of brackish water. And as soon as you see that portcullis, boom, chanting stops.
Fujin, what did you do?
I don't know. I saw this iron gateway in the water. As soon as I looked at it, I don't see anyone. I don't think I was seen first. It just knew.
Maybe we can just lay him to rest here.
They do not need to stay in this house.
Right.
What do you think we should do?
The chanting was coming from there. Whatever this accursed family was doing was in there. You're the one that said, Thana, that there's a source to these sorts of things, right? Feels like this place is a source, if any.
Right. What do you think all these things are?
Mages I grew up with often liked collecting items, putting spells on them for their own benefit or for the detriment of others. They're on pedestals. They're here with weird fucking cult people.
Anything on a pedestal is for show. They want people to see this stuff.
DM, can I have? I'm sort of going to walk around the edge and look at the items. Can I have a look at the items? And I'd love to sort of get, like, I don't think Thornbolt would have a reaction to anything, but if there is anything there from his past, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, man.
But I'm just sort of having a look at the items to see if I can piece something together. Like,
Let me ask you, Christian, there's a TV on in your background and it's unblurred whoever's face it is. I don't know who that is. It's hilarious.
looks like messy.
Yeah, okay. Let me ask you this. You're just looking, yeah? You're not touching anything? Just having a look around.
Yeah, I'm just walking around and looking to see what sort of gist. Are they all skulls? Is there gold? Is this like a tribute?
All right.
Is this historical and relevant documents?
Going clockwise.
Is there a sword?
There's a book that just explains everything that happens. Going clockwise around the room, I already mentioned there is a small mummified yellow hand with sharp claws. There is a knife carved from bone. In the next one, there is a dagger with a rat skull set into the pommel. Then there is an 8-inch diameter varnished orb that looks like a strange eye. There is something, I don't even know what it is, an aspergillum. I'd have to... Anyone? No one knows what that is? Also carved from bone. There is a...
Oh, it's like a bone duster. I've just quickly Googled it, like
all right, thank
what
you.
dinosaur archaeologists would use to reveal dinosaurs.
You mean paleontologists?
Archaeologists would do the same thing. Oh, I guess not dinosaurs. Ruins.
Archaeologists are humans, isn't it? Aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
archaeologists are humans. Thank you, Grace. In the next one, there is a folded piece of material that seems to be made of a strange, foul-smelling, rubbery leather. In the next alcove or niche, there is a desiccated frog that is tied to a stick. In the next one, there is a bag. You don't know what's in it. The next one, there seems to be a strange severed finger, like a long severed finger that ends in like a gnarled pointed fingernail. In the next one, there is a 6-inch tall wooden figurine of a humanoid with its arms crossed on its chest. And the next one, there is an iron pendant adorned with a unsettling humanoid face twisted into a scowl. In the next one, there is what appears to be a shrunken head. You know, like those shrunken heads. You ever seen those? A little bit of hair. And at the end, there is, like I said, that small wooden box. So that's going clockwise around the room. Exit to the south. The one that Fujin's standing in front of goes steeply downwards, ends in brackish water, and a heavy iron portcullis. Bill, the entrance or the exit that you're standing in front of head 10 feet towards the south and then curves towards the west.
Right, I think I've worked it out. This isn't worth it. Let's burn the place down.
Once the bones are outside and we're safe, I honestly agree.
Although this dagger looks like it could come in handy.
It could also stab you. We've seen brooms smack Thana. Do you want a dagger that's going to come to life and shank you in the bladder?
Like,
And curses.
it looks like it
curses
could be.
everyone.
Oh shit, that's a rat skull. Nope. And just like walks away.
So the portcullis for this one is closed. Fujin is wanting to keep sort of following that maze theory the same way that he sort of gets out of these traps that his family have put him in the past while torturing him, like the mages. So he's following the left, always following the left wall, and this is the entrance that leads to. Portcullis stopped when he sort of heard the noises. Bill, you shine some light on this gate.
Very well.
And when Bill comes down this left hallway, I'll do a perception check to see if there's any way to open the portcullis. A portcullis is like a water shut in front of like a sewer way almost, right?
Yeah. You can imagine those. It's like a heavy
Grated
iron, door that slides downwards, and just like a grid work of iron bars.
Yeah, perfect. Usually they've got some sort of a lever nearby, so I'll, with him close, try to like peer through the bars a little bit as much as. Obviously, my head probably can't fit through them, but like looking left and right, try to see if there is a lever on the inside of the room, because we can't see one outside, right?
That's correct. You don't see a lever on the outside, but you're heading down. You step down into that like brackish water. Splash, splash. And the water just sort of ripples outwards. You sort of press your face up against the portcullis. You look towards the right. You look towards the left. You can just see into the room. There is these large stone pillars, like right in front, just on the other side of the portcullis, essentially. And when you look towards the left, you feel like you can just make out like the end of what appears to be like a winch style. I don't want to say lever. It's like kind of like a winch. You like poke your arm
you would
through.
use to open like a giant like castle gate or something.
Yeah, exactly like that.
That's fucking annoying. We can't just pull that from this side. Okay, what else do I see in the room with the light here? Because obviously this is just looking for hopefully a lever, but this is where the noises came from. I'm sus as hell. Can I do a perception check to see not only what I see, but if there's anything maybe like hiding inside the room, try to find out where those voices were coming from?
Talk to me about torchlight. How far does that go? How far does that extend, Bill?
Let me have a look.
30 feet of dim? 30 of bright? Is that
20 and 20.
20 and 20?
20 of bright, 20 further of dim, so 40 in total.
All right, I can tell you what you immediately see if you look into the room. So let me just go. So 20 of bright and then 20 further of dim. Okay, that's a fair bit, but you have a fairly narrow view through that portcullis. You see what appears to be a wide chamber. There appears to be like a raised platform along the outsides of the chamber. So the entire center of the chamber is covered in this brackish water 2 feet deep, as far as you can tell. And in the center of the room, jutting out from that water, there is a dais, atop which rests an altar of some sort, a large square altar in the center of the room. I'll get you to roll a perception check, and I'll get you to do that twice, and I'll use the first one for that bright light and the second one for the dim lights.
Bright
Is that
light
everyone?
Just for Fujin.
Bright light is a 19.
Yep.
And dim light is a 23. So actually really good on both.
So yeah, the 23 for the bright, because yeah, that'd be the so the
23 was
19.
dim.
So 19, yeah, okay, so 19 all round, even with disadvantage on the dim. Yeah, featureless stone pillars. You can see that the ceiling is 15 foot high in this chamber. You can tell now with that torchlight that the water doesn't go any deeper, but there is a ledge 5 feet high that seems to follow the entire circumference around the room. But with that perception check, just at the very end of your ability to see, you can see there appears to be the wall there's like a void of blackness, essentially. There's no,
As if the room maybe goes further.
as if there was something beyond that room, but you can't see it with the torch light.
Okay. I'll whisper back, I don't see the sign of the movement, but as we've previously seen with the chest you opened, Tane, the bedroom that I opened with Fritz, with the next bedroom that we entered into with Thana, we've come across many places void of life, but full of these things. Whatever we need to do to save the kids is in here. Feel it. But whatever was chanting obviously isn't something that can be seen. Do you... Oh, you're muted yet again.
Oh my god, what is happening? So do we need to... Can we go through, or do we need to go around?
Well, we constantly just run into these things. Any of you have... Bonnie, we know a lot about these creatures to eat. Any of you have a way of finding them, tracking them, hunting them like Fritz does? These undead creatures?
Apparitions. Would I know? Can I roll a religion check then?
Yeah, what do you want to know?
Well, I'm not sure if I would know this, but would I? It's just hard, but obviously with the background of my character. But so I'll just ask you whether or not. But would Thana know a way you can hunt undead?
You can hunt undead, is that what you said?
A way you can hunt and track? Like, if...
Yeah, look, you would know undead take many different forms, the material and the immaterial. It depends on what you're looking for. Now, if there are any tracks leading into and out of this room, that brackish water makes it difficult for you to be able to see. If there was, it's really difficult because the undead take so many different forms and shapes. Some of them ethereal, some of them physical. Necromantic magic forcing souls to remain in their bodies. Others are just the result of souls being unwilling to leave the material plane. So
I were to do
if it helps, I was also checking if either like a cleric or paladin had any sort of detect good and evil or
Oh yeah, there
divine
is.
sense or
There is.
anything like that.
There is. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I have a spell for that. I do. Give me a
Any
second.
sort of way of like sensing the presence of ghosts rather
do.
than just us stepping into a room.
No, I don't. I know that
I
is
could,
a spell.
play you a song.
There is a spell.
But we just don't have it ready. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Listen,
I just don't have it
are we
yet.
able to get the door? Can we get the door open?
There's like a winch on the left. Tane would need someone strong if anyone's going to be able to try to do it with a single arm. But it's going to be tough.
There was a hallway down the other
Yeah.
passage. Maybe that one isn't blocked.
Possibly.
I just want to say, like, you've got some options here. It's closed. You might not be able to reach, you know, the handle to lift it up. But could you break it? You know, maybe. Could you lift it? Possibly. Athletics checks might gain you access here. Are there other ways to gain access? Obviously, having a room that only opens from one side seems strange. Stand to reason, unless someone is constantly in that room to let people in and out, there might be another way in, but you don't know for sure. So, alternatively, there are some other options that even I can think of, but I'm not going to play, you know, your characters for you. Allow you to come up with
We've picked up on the hint. DM says we've got to break the door down.
We don't have a druid, so I remember my group, we wild shaped through the grates and then unwild shaped and like opened it from the inside. But so I don't actually know an alternative way to get in here. But
that's all right. We can work it out.
I do like the idea of Bill going down the other hallway.
Can I just get through a bit here? And I'm just going to walk up. Well, Bill might be heading the other hallway or something, but I'm just going to walk down and sort of hold the lamp through. And using my beautiful 120 foot of dark vision, I'll have a good look around the room. And is there anything extra than what they've sort of described?
Yeah, with 120 feet, you can see a little bit extra. Obviously, what I described to them, stairs leading up to dry stone ledges that hug the walls on the east and west. In the middle of the room, there's the octagonal dais that I mentioned before. You can see that hanging from the ceiling appear to be these rusty chains with shackles dangling from it directly above the stone altar. And you can see, because you can see further into the room, you can see that pitch black void that Fujin saw is a large natural stone circular chamber. Just it's like someone just punched it directly into the stone wall, and it appears to be some kind of waste disposal, because you know you can just see this pile of like detritus right at the end. It's hard to make out exactly what it's made out of, but you can like see all kinds of like shit just piled up in there, like in that brackish water.
All right, well, there's a disgusting thing on the other side, and I'm just going to take out a mirror out of my kit and sort of look around the corner. Is there any doors or anything on either side of these rooms?
Look at that. Isn't someone fancy with their
Ooh,
equipment?
Mr. Smart.
Mr. Smarty Pants.
Listen, I don't know
You're
about
wicked
Modbrew,
smart.
but I really like having an adventuring kit and knowing what's in it.
Yeah.
All right. I'll allow it. Roll me a perception check. Disadvantage for the dim light sitch.
It's always a
Well,
advantage
can I
to me.
send my dancing lights over there so he doesn't have dim light anymore?
The dancing lights only give off dim light themselves.
All four of them? Would all four of them combined be bright light?
Yeah.
What is this, Captain Planet?
Love. That guy really got boned on that, didn't he? Poor little Indian dude. Yeah, no, all right. Yeah.
Now, that was a nat 20, but you said disadvantage. So let me just re-roll that because I got a +0. So this could be anything. Yep. Sounds about right.
I'll tell you what, if you want that natural 20, I'll allow you to use your inspiration to bump it back to a flat roll if you wish to do so. It's up to you.
I would love to, but honestly, I've already used my heroic inspiration, so I cannot do that. So I appreciate the offer, but I don't have the metal.
All right. Locking that one in.
I'll have to stick with the stupid 7.
Sticking with the 7, and I think this makes sense to
bite the bars with that special power of yours.
Using the mirror and like torchlight to try and like look around the room. It's hard to do. Yeah, you don't get much more information from that. But hey, I like the creativity. So go ahead and give yourself a point of inspiration. You just can't use it for that.
I'd like to use it to make it a nat 20.
No. Yeah, stipulation. How dare you? Okay, I want to check in real quick with Fritz. Fritz hasn't done anything for a little while. So, Fritz, anything that you want to do or still there? Muted. Yes, you are muted indeed.
I'm muted. No, Fritz is actually being a petulant, like, teenager, pretty much. He's bored. As I said, he's tired. He just wants his long nap. He wants his little nap. So he's really just following everybody, but he is still on high alert because such bad shit's happened in this place. He doesn't get a good vibe, but he's also quite dumb, so he doesn't know what to do, so he's just going to watch everyone. But thanks for checking in.
We don't understand his generation, do we? I don't see what's like my generation.
No, and he did just get possessed by Fred Durst. Like, I don't know what that's done to him, but it's not good. He didn't even know who that guy was.
It's tiring.
It's
takes
tiring.
the other, yeah. Actually, take another point of.
All he can taste is hot dogs.
Exhaustion.
You know, like hot dog flavored water. No, I'm not falling for that. We're already dealing with one.
All right, talk to me. What do the rest of you do then? Fritz is complaining about being tired. Yeah.
Okay, well, finally useful for something, and I'll give a pat on your back, Bill, and yeah, let you. Actually, no. Despite the good idea, I still don't trust you to accidentally screw things up. So I will go first and do the same perception check down this hallway with your lights.
I've got a feeling like Bill was waiting in the hallway for you to start so he could then follow, not wanting to take the lead in any capacity whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking down the southwestern hallway, you can see it goes, 5 feet to the south or 10 feet to the south, and then if you go into that hallway, you can see it branches towards the west for about 15 feet and then turns sharply again towards the south. If you make your way to the end of the hallway, you can see this hallway opens up into a... let me consult my notes for a moment. I'll tell you exactly what it opens up into. A 15-foot wide chamber that stretches 35 feet deeper into the darkness towards the south. The eastern and western walls feature alcoves, each with a pair of shackles anchored to the wall.
It's a prison of some kind.
All this under a house. What could this possibly be used for?
They didn't say that they were the constable or anything along those lines. It's just quite odd.
No, honestly, with all of the beds, this area, it kind of reminds me of the wars where we all met. Barracks, a prison chamber, some sort of cult-like militia. Either case, if what you thought is correct, and there's an ulterior entrance in Tane's mirror trick, we want to look on this left wall, the one connecting to the room. and I'll try to pass alcove by alcove, with Bill doing perception checks on each one, looking for some sort of a sign,
Yeah,
something
man.
that looks out of the ordinary.
I'm gonna say we can do it this a couple of ways. You can both give me a perception check, or Christian, I'll allow you to do a perception check with advantage. Or Bill, you can do a perception check with advantage. One of the three options.
I've got a what's yours? I've got a +5.
+2. I was gonna say I think you should roll anyway because I'm following supplying light. You're the one that's actually doing the looking and sensing.
Thank God, a 22 instead of a 9. Thank you for the advantage.
22. Let me tell you what you see. Spike trap. You fall in it. No.
Bitch.
We know that's not true. There was a perception check you were allowed in.
All right. So
23.
I perfectly see my own death.
moving further into the chamber, you can see that the political situation in the United States is just not tenable anymore. But also,
That was with the 9 though.
you find. I mean, you're specifically looking at the eastern wall, but you do see there is a skeleton shackled to the wall in the middle of the room on the western wall. And I mean, if you're looking all along that wall, you see there's another skeleton shackled to the eastern wall in the far southern alcove. But before you even get there, you notice that thank God you were muted. Now you see a cockroach, right? You see this insect. As you pass that alcove in the center of the room, like this roach like scuttles out of the skeleton's eye and runs down its body, passes right between your legs. It's the biggest roach you've ever seen. And then it runs towards the wall in the center of the chamber on the eastern wall and then squeezes underneath in a crack. And you're like, wait, hold on, what was that? You sort of follow it along. And fair enough, built into the wall, concealed amongst the stone, you feel there is a crease in the wall, and maybe you just push it just a little bit, and you feel it starts to give a touch.
I'll call back out because they hadn't come yet. Not too loudly again, hoping that we can avoid alerting anyone. That'd be good. Thana, are you coming?
Oh, I was already in there. Sorry, I thought I said that.
I don't see you.
No, I didn't.
Well, my above VTT's not working.
There you go.
Thana, can you get that working?
I don't know how. It's all Fujin's fault. I don't know how, but it is.
I'll open the doorway with Bill close behind me and the others.
Yeah,
and-
I'm 5 foot behind Fujin, so
Should be able to see that
wherever you
door
go, I'll
now.
go.
And it pushes open easily.
I'll move a little bit to the left so that everyone can fill out onto this balcony.
And when you guys come through that door, you'll see Tane still at that gate. And he's got some silk clothes wrapped around the bars. He's got a javelin trying to windlass it to break the bars so he can get through. And he sees you guys on the other side and he's like, fuck!
And the javelin
I'm
snaps.
windless.
A for effort.
I saw Jackie Chan do it in Shanghai Noon. It works.
It smells like urine. It's terrible. Yeah.
Good man.
I was like, we're in trouble, you mean?
Yeah. Pretty much exactly what I described to you guys earlier. It's a 40-foot square room, smooth masonry walls that provide excellent acoustics. Featureless stone pillars support the ceiling 16 feet above. Well, 11 feet if you're standing on those raised platforms. And a breach in the southern wall, why did I write west, leads to a dark cave heaped with refuse. Murky water covers most of the floor. Stairs lead up to dry stone ledges that hug the walls in the middle of the room. More stairs rise to form an octagonal dais that also rises above the water. Rusty chains, the shackles dangle from the ceiling directly above the stone altar mounted on the dais. The altar, now that you've stepped into the room, is carved with hideous depictions of these emaciated, grasping humanoid figures, and is stained with a sickly brown color.
And the chanting is still stopped, right?
No sound of chanting.
Could someone get the door, please?
Yeah, look, Fujin will go over it if my strength isn't too bad.
Sloshing through the murky water, you head down towards there, and you very easily pull down on that. Oh my god, there was a sound effect that just happened with the ambience, and it was like perfectly on time. It was like like a chain, and you start pulling down, and fair enough, the portcullis rises, dripping with murky water as it does.
Is there anything nearby to sort of lock this mechanism in place so it keeps the portcullis open, just as a second exit if we need it?
That's a good question.
I can take out 2 of my javelins and jam it under the stuff.
That would be good if we can find a way to sort of put them in place.
Let me have a little look.
Gravity.
Yeah, look, you can probably get something, jam it underneath the one of the bars of that crank lever, and it'll hold it up. Yes.
Yes, while this has been happening, because it's Fritz has just been milling around being a bit of an emo, he's been doing speak with animals as a ritual.
If speak with
okay.
animals. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yes.
It probably took a little bit of time. I'm not sure if it's,
It takes about 10 minutes, and he's just been sort of not doing much.
Cut my life into pieces.
Speak with animals.
Suffocation.
I'm in a dungeon. This is fucked. Let me go home and have a sleep.
This is a musical episode, and I'm digging it.
This is really fucked. Yeah, anyway.
We've got Andy with us tonight as well. All right. Okay. No, you can prop that open with Mod's javelin if you wish to do so, and it'll sort of jam into place, holding that portcullis open. Unless there's anything else that you want to do, maybe try and make it more secure. I don't know, but it's definitely possible to do that.
Fujin's more worried about with the light shining in now, and what Tane had called out before. The sort of like natural cave-in where it looks like something has either broken in or broken out of this room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly wade through the water a little bit around the pedestal to maybe like the center of the room and try to get a bit of a look with the lights from everyone's torches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Moving into the center of the room, it appears like that chamber, it may be a bit of a mix between like an accident when digging out this dungeon, combined with a little bit of, hey, now we have this here, let's use this to dump all of our rubbish. Because as you get into the room now, you can see it's piled with like dirt, twisted blackened roots, and in amongst them you can see definitely the remains of humanoid bones poking out here and there from the pile of refuse in that room. It appears like they've been using it to dump all the rubbish of whatever it was that was going on in this chamber.
Or that's the leftovers of whatever thing's been feeding.
Yeah, all that.
Bard will look to the others. What do you think we should do? Oh, not Bard. Sorry, Fujin.
I am reloading above VTT.
Me too. I'm just having a think.
Main things, honestly, in here that are dragging us out is the dais, almost like a
Yeah.
large standing platform in the center of the room, and
Yeah.
then the cave in at the back.
I should mention too, the water makes this difficult terrain. As long as you're in the water, it'll be difficult terrain
course
unless
it
you have a
Yes.
swim speed.
Of course it fucking does.
Anyone a fish? Are there any fish people?
Can Fritz do a perception check, please?
Yeah, man. Do a perception check for me. Lots of light in
I
this room
also-
now.
Could I do an investigation?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
21.
Let's move your dancing bullshit into this room. So sick of the spell. Can we just change it to a light spell for fuck's sake? All right. What did everyone get with their stupid rolls? Perception check 21,
21.
from Fritz. Yeah, look, enough light in here to have a look around. You see much of the same. That I will add that brown staining. It's dried blood. Whatever rituals were being performed in this room were being performed on that altar.
That's blood.
Feels almost like if there is a beast here, something that's beyond there, that they would tie people to those manacles, and then the beast would come and feast on them.
Probably from the prison next door, I guess.
Tane, how are you feeling? Are you scared?
I honestly think we should get the fuck out of here. I don't understand. Right, we can just go. Look, the door's open. We just walk out. Tell him we cleared the ghost. He pays us. He goes here. He'll be fine. We can just burn the house down. Doesn't really matter. We can just leave.
Do we... Thana, with the children, do we have to bury them here?
We would have to bury them where the rest of their ancestors are being buried. From what they told us, it sounds like there is some sort of family crypt around here, or cemetery that they...
Would that be
Dawn
out? Would that be outside then?
It would be.
Okay, my priority is getting out of here, having a rest. We know this is a bad place. Should we vote? Are we a democracy?
Are we a democracy or are we... Well, according to Fujin, we're a dictatorship.
Well, who's been calling themselves the leader all day?
Me?
Yes. Well, I believe that we're a democracy. That's how we've been carrying on for the last few months. How does everyone else feel? Would you like to leave?
We were drawn here for a reason. Can't just back out now because of nerves. I vote to stay.
But,
Okay, that's one vote.
Where are we going? Like what? Like there's no. We came down here because there's people chanting. There's no one here. So let's.
That's one for go, I assume.
Oh yeah,
I
like.
think we can stay.
You'd like to stay, Bill? What are your thoughts as our resident accountant and academic?
I'm gonna like subtly, with a stealth check, shoot Bill a stare.
Threatening, menacing stare.
Dan, I think you muted.
I'll be like,
We're
remember,
here.
everyone, it's a democracy. It's a democracy.
Can we do a roll off where Tane is trying to persuade him to? He's looking terrified, and you're trying to intimidate him.
It's a democracy, but with a 16 stealth check, I'm just staring daggers at you like the mother of all side eyes.
Well, we're here. There doesn't seem to be anywhere else to go, and we don't really have any plan on what we should do here. So we probably should go. But in saying that, maybe we should stay. As soon as he gets Fujin's eye.
Okay, so it's actually 3-on-1 then. And so it looks like we're staying. Tane, if you'd like someone to escort you, I can go with you, but
Safety in numbers. I'm sure it'll be
Safety in
fine.
numbers.
Yep. Throw the bones.
I
in
just
that
wanna
big pile of
leave.
stuff over there.
I just want to nap. All right, let's do
He
it.
points at the area across the room. He goes, maybe that's their like family grave, and takes the bag of bones and throws it over there.
I'll try to stop you. If this can be some sort of a contested check, as I
It would have taken a while. Like I'm getting it out of my pack.
I'm gonna put my hands. What are you doing?
Well, I don't. Listen, I don't want to go over there.
Stop overreacting, and I'm gonna slap you across the face. Not no damage, but just...
Tane, calm. I know you don't want to be here, but calm.
No, like you don't understand. It's not right. We're not meant to be here. It's just a stupid place, a stupid thing. I don't want to do it anymore. This is.
Fujin and Tane, you feel that brackish water like soaking into your boots at this point. You've been standing in there long enough.
Step up onto this thing out of the water.
At that moment,
oh great! Look at that. There's a fucking thing there.
So you just step onto
pause.
it. The DM has paused the game.
Oh,
I'm trying to ping. I can't ping.
The worst notification on above VTT.
this is the equivalent of when your DM is like, hang on, I have to get up and get another mini because it's too big to fit behind the DM screen.
or just if you want to have extra D10s.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then DM brings out the dice jar.
so many D8s. No. Couple things happen. As
If there's a
Tane
pit trap, I'm gonna fucking scream.
steps
How
onto
would
the
that work,
dais,
Sven?
you feel the air in the room suddenly drop in temperature. And you are all assaulted momentarily by this deafening silence in which you can hear nothing but the beating of your own heart, condensation escaping your lips with every ragged breath. And you watch
Did anyone feel that?
as 13 faceless, shadowy apparitions manifest along the stone ledges of the chambers. So even standing amongst the four of you gathered on the western stone ledge. And as they step from the darkness, they all join in an eerie, blood-curdling chorus, chanting over and over again, "One must die. One must die. One must die." And they're all pointing at the dais with their lifeless hands. Who is eating chips?
Who is?
I think it would be one of the ghosts. Like all of them pointing, and the one at the end is like.
Packet of
There's
Doritos.
13 ghosts pointing, and then there's Chris in the corner just going, "Oh, this is nice, isn't it?"
There's Fred
when you get
Durst
to the- when you
standing
get-
in the corner of the room eating a packet of Doritos going, "This shit's freaky."
When you get to the 13th, hand,
Anyone
it's got all
got
cheesy
salsa?
puff stuff on it. It's like, God damn it, Chris.
Chocolate starfish flavored chips.
So they're saying one must die.
Over and over again, pointing at the dais, "One must die." You get this, just frightening sensation that someone needs to die.
Sven,
Yes.
I've just noticed in chat, one of our crew asked if we could have a short break about 15 minutes ago.
Oh, did they?
So,
I wasn't paying any attention to
yes,
any of
just
you.
before we jump into anything, I don't think anything's going to happen. I think we're perfectly safe. We're just going to watch
That
Bill
makes
eat
one
some
of us.
chips.
Yes, we're going to
Yeah.
go for a
Let's-
short break, ladies and gentlemen. Stick with us. We're going to find out which one of these people gets sacrificed on this altar in the middle of nowhere. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, what?
No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. That's what it feels like to be a dungeon master. And before we crack on and find out which one of these characters is going to die on this sacrificial altar, I just want to thank tabletopaudio.com for providing all the tabletop ambience that you can hear in your ear holes right now. That is disturbing, that image, Dan, but that doesn't even look like Fred Durst. Who is
Mod
that?
possessed?
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to use Fred. I wasn't allowed to use Fred Durst in the image generator because it was a content violation. So I had to modify it, and this is when I got short notice. All right?
Yeah, okay. It's the best you can do. All right.
At least he's got a red hat.
Yeah, that's it. I appreciate the effort, and thanks, Mod, for making sure that there's no epileptic people in the viewership as well.
I've never been. I was putting so much work into looking terrified, and you guys like. I really like that picture Dan's put up. It's kind of got some pretty colors. You know, some people put a lot of effort into the show. They just really put themselves.
We've got a very, very small attention span, so we can only focus on one thing at a time, one joke at a time. That's what I
thought it was.
always say.
I thought you were making a Limp Bizkit video, Mod.
Yeah, I thought that too. It was
No,
like
that
a
was
music
me
video from
terrified in real life.
1999. Anyway,
Okay.
speaking of a Limp Bizkit music video, we
Grace
lost
just dropped
Grace because she was never in the Limp Bizkit music video. I don't give a shit. I'm going to move on here. The chanting continues. One must die. One must die. And you get this unnerving feeling that maybe not everyone's leaving this place alive. What do you do?
I sacrificed Grace's character.
She
Fujin would like
dies.
to act instantly. Under this assumption that something's about to come through the southern entrance, some sort of a monstrous beast that's going to try to feast. Fujin wants to prep for that. I was just having a look. I've got two of them, so I'm going to throw one of my flasks of oil into sort of like the entryway. I'm not sure if there's like a hole in the ceiling that this thing's coming down at, but probably oh, it's paused, but I can't ping. But this, can you unpause for 1 second?
Yeah. There you go.
This square just here.
Quick, run away!
Oh. You're throwing it there? Yeah? Okay. Talk to me
Yes,
about
yes.
your flask of oil. Is it like cooking oil? Is it...
No, this is much more. So dowsing a creature or object. This is going to be object. Oh, sorry, space. Dowsing a space. You take and utilize an action. It says pouring it on the floor. No, I wanted to more so just throw this on that area and try to light it. So I guess object, and the object will be those rocks. You can take an attack action with the oil flask. Target one creature or object within 20 feet. So I will need to move a little closer. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. It's a bunch of rocks, so I'm assuming it's just going to fail and be covered in the oil. If the target takes fire damage before the oil dries, which is 1 minute before it dries, so I'm going to call someone to light it on fire, hopefully, the target takes 5 fire damage. So even if it doesn't really deal damage, because I'm not sure if there is a creature coming, how fast it's going to be coming, I also almost want the fire like wolves in a forest to like scare it off. So I'm going to move, 5, 10, 15, 20. I need
Also
to move to
illuminate
this-
the area, I assume, too.
Yeah. So I need to move to this square to do that, and I'm going to toss it into that space just here.
Can I
Pelting it across the distance.
just add one caveat to that?
Yeah.
This chamber is filled with water. You're going to throw that. It's going to smash. The oil will mix with the water. It might, if it lights, could, create a bit of an uncontained situation. So
It's why I'm trying to throw it a little further into the room rather than these two squares. I'm wanting to throw it a little deeper onto all that refuse.
yeah, man.
Because if it's garbage, it's refuse. So if anything, it should be flammable.
Yeah, you would suspect that
That's-
it would
that's
be.
my train
Yeah,
of thought.
but like it
I like
is.
that a lot, actually.
It's flammable, but it's been soaking up a lot of water. But like the oil will still burn despite the fact that it's on the water. I'm just saying, like, if you light it, and it, depending on how long it takes before you actually light it, like the oil could spread throughout the room. It could become like an uncontained sort of situation.
I want to light it straight away. I'm going to throw it, and then the moment I do, I'm going to shout at someone who has fire abilities. So we've got people with magic and shit. I've always been around mages that can cast magical spells, so I'm just going to call out for as I toss it, someone ignite this.
Oh shit!
Throw it into that space.
What do we do if none of us can ignite it?
I'm really hoping someone can.
Give me. Grace, is your camera not working, or are you going to stay off camera?
Yeah, my camera's not working. My computer decided to overheat and die, so no, I don't have a camera.
That's okay. I'm just going to fix up the feeds a little bit. I'm just going to move you guys around. Just.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. That's no problem at all. I just needed to check because I didn't want to move it and then your camera started again, and then I had to move it again. So I'll just quickly move that around. You guys vamp for a sec while I put you in your correct positions.
Okay. I think I have a spell that could light it on fire. Christian or Sven, is Sacred Flame?
Sacred Flame is not flame. Sacred Flame, despite what it's called, is radiant damage. It's damage directly from the astral plane itself. So no, it's not fire damage, sorry.
One of those weird ones like chill touch, which is neither chill nor touch.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't have anything. Oh, wait, no, I don't. Thaumaturgy is not flame. I don't know why I thought it was. Continue.
Bill? Do you have anything?
Are we going to go into initiative at any point? What do you want us to do right now? Sven,
Here's
do you
what
want us
I'll tell you.
continue to action, or
Here's what happens. Fujin, you throw that flask, and fair enough, it hits that pile of refuse and shatters on impact. You see that viscous, oily liquid drip down the pile of refuse. You call out to your compatriots, asking one of them to light it aflame. Instead of thinking of the obvious and throwing one of the many lit torches or lanterns on it, you all scramble to think about what spell you could possibly cast. And as you're thinking, something happens as the chanting suddenly stops, and one of the shadowy apparitions steps forward, separating itself from the others. As it does so, its features solidify, and you see the vague resemblance of the man featured in the paintings you found in the mansion above. Its face twisted into an ugly, rage-filled scowl. If you shall deny us our sacrifice, then you shall die. He looks towards where you just threw that flask of oil. Lorgoth the Decayer, born of my shame, I awaken thee. And at that moment, the figure steps back again, dematerializing before your very eyes, followed shortly by the 12 other apparitions who also vanish into the deepening shadows of the room. A deep resonating gurgle emanates from the mound of detritus now covered in that oil in the southern alcove, and the water ripples as it begins to shudder to life, accompanied by the sound of a crying infant. You watch as the tangled mound of blackened roots, bones, and other junk come together of their own accord, forming into a 10-foot tall monstrosity of writhing roots that reach out towards you as it lumbers forward. Let's roll for initiative.
Okay.
Oh god.
So is that thing volunteering to be sacrificed?
It's volunteering to be the thing that will help someone be sacrificed, I believe, is the more accurate terminology that we're looking for at the moment. I'll go ahead and throw an image of that into the chat log for you guys to see, and I will change the music to something a little bit more dramatic as this combat rolls to a start.
Oh, that's creepy. That's creepy.
That's really creepy. It's really creepy.
I like it.
Yep. I told you someone was going to die tonight, and I keep my promises. I will add the dog to the combat tracker. There we go. All
Do you need me to roll
righty.
initiative for him?
No, I've just already done it for you. I just added him to the combat tracker. It automatically rolls the initiative thanks to Above VTT. It's free and it integrates with Chrome. Has everyone rolled initiative? We have Bill, we have Bright Eyes, we have the creature, we have Fritz, Fujin, and Tane Nui. It looks like we're all here, so shall we get this party on the road? Oh, yeah. No, everyone who's important is here, so let's get this combat started. Anyone who's going to make any difference in this combat is already here. Do you want me to roll for you, Grace? Are you good?
That would be fantastic, please.
All right, I will just press this button. There you go. So before we start this combat, I would like to know, is there anyone who has the ability to swap initiative? And if you do, would you like to do so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Fujin, first up, does not want to be going beneath the creature, considering he is missing a couple of hit points. I've got 10 HP. I feel like this thing can punch a hole through my fucking chest. So I would like to swap with Bright Eyes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
Interesting tactic. I'm going to allow that to Gem to decide, I think. Is fair, right?
Okay, so can I see the combat initiative at the moment? I can. Yep.
yes,
All right, so we've got.
William Bright
Where are you,
Eyes,
Fujin?
Big thing.
15.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm gonna be 19 because I've got to add 2 to mine. Yep. So if you want to swap Fujin with Bright Eyes, then I'm gonna swap mine with Bright Eyes.
All right, so 21 going to Fujin, a 15 going to Bright Eyes. Is that?
Yep. And then let's swap my 19 with Bright Eyes as 15.
All right, so you want to go later, is that correct?
Yeah,
So
I want Bright
Eyes
Eyes to have a better chance than me.
ends with a 19, and Fritz Longbow ends with a 15. Alrighty, very good. I dig it. I like this tactical gameplay. This is where we separate the heroes from the villains. Because it's about to get real.
Can I just ask, in terms of, you were saying something about a sacrifice, like, are we just fighting this thing? Just.
Look, I didn't really want to sacrifice anyone anyway.
Yes.
I don't want to do what the asshole child-hurting father says, so no.
Corn chip eating.
Neither do I.
Let's hear that crying.
Right, so we're okay. So this isn't us fighting to. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. All right, I got it.
We're cleansing the room. That's as far as Fujin sees.
Good.
Don't
And this-
fall for it. Don't fall for it. Fujin cast minor illusion, and he's gonna stab someone and be like, "Oh, the big thing did it."
Let's get this combat started. Bill Iron Dancer with a 21 on your initiative. You are leading the pack. What
Well,
do you do?
I did want to,
Yes.
not to cut in, sorry, but I did want to check that. Because we've tied now, is Fujin going first? Because I've got a +4 to dexterity.
Yeah, look, I'll let you guys decide. Who wants to go first?
Well, that beats my +2, and I'm happy for you to go first.
Sweet
I would
Pea
like to go
just
first
drew
purely for the
a
fact.
new card from the Taroka deck. This one going to you,
Hooray.
Grace. You have the artifact, and I can't read that because it's too small on my particular overlay. So let me dig up that card so I can tell you exactly what it does. Give me one moment. Thank you, Sweet Pea, for drawing that one. Sorry, Mod. You don't get to bite
I was
anything
literally
today.
about to bite this thing.
It's probably
Wait,
saved
no,
your
'cause
life.
Aren't you like super scared? I feel like you wouldn't have.
But this ain't too bad.
Sweet Pea saved your life.
This ain't too bad. Sweet Bee just gave
Thank
you
you,
something
Sweet Bee.
pretty amazing. Grace, one random magical item in your inventory gains a temporary +1. So just one random item in your inventory gets a +1. I'm going to let you decide what gets the +1 enhancement bonus.
Yay.
Yeah, that's it. What would you like to have a +1?
Oh, my longbow.
Your longbow. All right, your longbow gets a +1 temporarily until that card is gone. Yes.
In case it works like this for the future of these Taroka cards, can she choose her spellcasting focus for a
I was
+1
thinking
to
the
save
exact
and
same
attack
thing,
rolls?
Christian.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
And raise the DC of her spells.
Yeah,
I like
so
it.
like a +1 spellcasting focus rather than a +1 sword. That way it's still useful for spellcasters.
I dig
Oh
it.
my god,
Yeah,
that's a
man.
brilliant idea. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, part of these cards are going to be up to us to decide exactly how they function. So I'd say, yeah, why not? You can get a +1 spellcasting focus. So if you'd like to do that instead of your bow, you may do so if you wish.
Yes, please. So how
there is a
is
part
it
that
going
we
to
made
work
it all
again
up, so-
mechanically?
Basically, if you're using it for your spellcasting focus, whatever your spell save DC and your spell attack modifiers are, just add a +1 to that while that card is active.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sweet Pea.
Nice.
Fujin or Bill, who wants to go first?
Fuji wants
Ben,
to go
can I
first
just-
because he wants to shout at Bill.
Sven, can I just ask one thing?
Yes.
In the rewards, I've noticed there's chat dice roll as well. Is that coming into this?
Yeah, look, I'll at some
It says
point.
it's enabled above you.
Yeah. I might ask the chat to roll one of these attacks for me, and if someone's in the chat and they want to do that, they can absolutely do that. But just hold on to that
All
one
right,
until
You've
we
got
actually
horrible
go
luck,
live.
so I enjoy when you roll things.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of someone else killing you guys. So let's get this started.
So you
Fujin,
don't have to take the blame.
I'm just going to put you at a 22 then, Fujin, just so you are at the top of the initiative tracker here.
Okay.
Bill, if you're okay with that, yeah, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay,
all
cool,
good.
cool. Let's go.
Seeing the size of this creature as it sort of lumbers up, like, well, you said like 13, 14 feet high, a linebacker, an ogre almost. Previous experiences in the war, I would hazard to say that some forces probably used the odd ogre as a like hired mercenary. Yeah, even one of those, a single punch can like break a person's spine, killing them. Just the idea of like these creatures deal, metagaming wise, like even minimum, like 2d6. Like a commoner has 4 hit points. Like this can just break someone's back with a punch. Fujin is going to turn towards Bill, panicked, seeing how useless he's been in every other fight. Help us, or we all die! And Fujin is going to move. Despite his AC, he wants the scared Tane to move first, as I'm already a little cut up, a little injured, and I don't want to risk getting hit by that, even with 17 AC. I'd rather just try to move around it. So 5, 10 leaping onto the table, and then 15, 20 with a sort of like front flip into the water.
Yep, absolutely, sure.
25, 30 into the corner of the room. And I am going to... I think I might hold it for now. Yeah. I'm going to hold a dart attack, throwing a dart at the mount from a distance. It's my only ranged weapon. Oh, actually, look, no. I do have some crossbows that we found. Perfect! And I am actually proficient with those. What is... Vex. Vex gives me advantage on my next attack roll. Oh, that's right, because I wanted to combo it with a punch, but I don't want to get close. That's fine. Yeah, I'm going to hold an attack with a light crossbow, aiming it towards the creature. But I'm going to wait for when it gets within 5 feet of an ally. That way I can try to find a weak point and proc my sneak attack.
Fujin, ever the hero, immediately darts into the corner of the room, thus exposing the rest of you to imminent danger and certain death. Bill, what do you do?
So Bill walks forward 10 feet to try and get a bit of a look at what's going on, and yells out to Fujin. It's like, what? What do you want me to do? Honestly, I'm just here because I got forced here. You think I can just point my finger and then flames just pop out of nowhere? So he points
I
his
don't
finger,
know, but do something!
and flames pop out of nowhere as he casts Elementism on the square that the oil is on.
Mm-hmm.
And with Elementism, as part of that, I can beckon fire. create a thin cloud of harmless embers. However, I can use those embers to light candles, torches, or lamps in the area. So I'm hoping I can use that to light the oil on fire.
Yeah, man, absolutely. You can light that oil on fire. Christian, talk to me about what kind of damage this oil is doing. Obviously fire damage, but like how much?
30 DC.
Just to check as well, did we douse the creature, right? Not the space.
Yeah,
There's
like
I thought
for that.
it was the rocks, but
Well, this thing is the rocks from the sounds of it. So, like, did we douse a creature, or did we douse the space the creature's on? Because those have two different effects.
I'm saying you douse the creature because it takes up the majority of the space in that area. I think is probably the best way to sort of go about it. If you had stood around for a lot longer, it would have been the space as the oil dripped down into the water, but you acted fairly quickly here, so it's the creature that is doused in the oil, I think.
Okay. It takes 5 extra fire damage on top of whatever it's already taking. Obviously, this is just a cantrip enabling it, so 0 plus 5. So it's going to be taking 5 fire damage.
5 points of fire damage to get us started for this evening. All right.
And then he's going to scuttle back and just, what was that? And what happened? How did I do that?
That's better! As I'm sort of still trying to find a gap, maybe there's some sort of like a core I can shoot.
Yeah, so like that oil bursts into flames and like this thick black smoke billows up into the higher roof of the chamber that you're standing in, and the creature's just like immediately the fire sort of douses as it, I don't think it continues to do damage, does it? It's just like a one-off thing.
No. So yeah, that's why it was different, because if it was a space, it would burn the space continuously each round.
Yeah, okay.
But if it's a creature, it's just a one-time. I guess it's because like the creature can shake it off, so it's not going to be as potent.
Yeah,
just
I get
5
you.
damage done.
Yep. Okay. All right. I dig it. 5 points of fire damage, and Bill has discovered something new about himself, like a teenager.
I bloody told ya!
All right. Is that the end of your turn, Bill, or do you have anything else that you would like to do?
That is all.
That is all. That brings us to the creature's turn. You still hear that wailing of a baby as it lumbers through the water, splashing through that murkiness as it lumbers towards you, Tane. Let's see how far we can go here. Yeah, we can get right up. We can get right up there. So we're gonna get right. Let's have a look. 5, 10, 15. Oh, right to there. Couple things.
So
Moves faster than I thought.
Is that with slow movement? Terrain?
I'm glad you asked, but yes, it is with that. This creature is not as inhibited by the water as the rest of you are, and appears to be moving much quicker than you would think. Getting right up next to you, Tane, it is going to do something really nasty.
Trigger.
Yep. Go. What happens? Crossbow bolt?
Oh, good roll. Yes. So we have.
While we're waiting
11.
for that, we've got a quick raid.
Oh, we do?
Oh, hey.
Oh, excellent. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you,
came at
Raiders.
the
You gave me some
right
good luck, I
time.
think.
Yeah, look at that.
1 off of max on the bolt, and then max on the sneak attack. 17 points of piercing damage.
17 points of piercing damage. Not too shabby. I need to get my
Emily,
calculator
you got
out for
here
this
just
nonsense.
in time to see me get murdered.
That's right.
Great.
Not too shabby. Not too bad at all. Pretty good use of your attack. But that crossbow bolts, it pierces the space right in between Tane and that dais, and like thud lands in the bulk of this creature. You see like black ooze, that murky water like spilling out as these black tangling vines writhe across each other. it's its turn. It is going to do something fun. Tane,
For who?
I need you to
not for
make
us.
a very important strength saving throw.
Right.
As a paladin, it's probably your worst one, right? Strength?
Yeah. I'll give it a roll. Do you want to tell me what I have to get
No, absolutely not.
so we can react accordingly
Nope.
after I pass or fail it?
Negative.
How's a 21 suit you?
Whoa!
A 21.
Bee sting.
Yeah, 21. That'll do it.
And as a paladin, only having a +2 strength save is a bit concerning.
It's a bit of a.
He's a
bit of a
charisma one, remember? He's a spellcaster.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's enough. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do.
Yeah, as I get killed, I do it charisma. I like fall daintily to the ground, persuading my enemies not to finish.
All right. So
Oh dear God.
instead of doing that, it's mad. It's going to try doing something else now. As it reaches out to you with a natural 20.
Oh boy.
I swear to gods, I am not making this shit up. Natural 20, ladies and gentlemen.
Ouchie woo.
Does that beat your AC?
reaction-
on yourself?
I think we found our our sacrifice.
Mod, does your reaction work?
No.
I don't think it does. I think it only works for somebody else. Let me have a look. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you. Boo.
This is almost poetic.
Hang on. I can intercept.
Only if you're near us.
Am I within 5 feet of you?
No.
No.
He's down
No?
near the dais. You're on the walking the.
You're
Oh, it's
15
hard
away.
to tell with
Mountain.
the 50. Is that 15 feet?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
So sorry. So sorry. This brings me no
sorry.
pleasure to do this to you. It brings me no pleasure.
Why are you smiling?
Yeah, you also haven't told me the damage to the first attack.
It's a grimace. Yeah, okay. Let me talk to you about that damage then. All right. You are
I'd
going
like to know where
take.
I'm at before the second hit.
Let's roll that. Oh, not too bad. So, 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
And an additional 9 points of lightning damage as you feel
Ooh.
this electrical energy pass through its dark tendrils through your armor and into your body. You can almost smell your own flesh burning as it makes one more attack against you. You can't make this up, man.
Oh, you're kidding me? No.
Not quite, but pretty close.
Oh.
A 19 on that roll.
Oh.
Taking an additional. There you go. 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, my VTT has done something stupid. And then an additional 7 point. No, that's not correct. What is that? I can't read that. 4 points of lightning damage. So an additional 11 points of damage. 1 round.
Fuck, he's down.
Tane
Yes, that was a lovely first turn.
goes
Oh wait, it's not
down.
my turn yet.
And that's why we play
Go.
Dungeons and Dragons and not Monopoly, ladies and gentlemen. The stakes are high. I told you. Someone was going to die tonight. Now, what I need to know from the 5 of you, it says 11 o'clock. Do you want to call it there? Pick this back up again next week? Or are we going long?
No. I don't want to leave it like this, but yeah. It's up to the crew.
It's up to you guys.
I'm okay with long, but I don't think we've got one more round. I think we've got a few more rounds.
Mm.
Oh yeah, no, it's not going to end in like one more round. But I wouldn't mind finishing this round doing Fritz, Tane, Thana.
All right,
Yeah, I agree.
let's make our way
Yeah.
through the initiative order here and find out. Is this the end of Tane? Gone too soon? Fritz, you are up. That is the end of the creature's turn. Tane
yeah, Bright
is
Eyes
down.
is actually up.
Is he? Oh yeah. Oh, did
Yeah.
we skip Bright Eyes? Oh, yeah, there he is. Bright Eyes is up.
Yeah. So he's seen Tane go down and he cares about him. So he's actually going to try and attack this creature.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I'd say
will
that's
he have
reasonable.
enough movement? And he will have advantage if one of the allies is in with 5 feet, as long as they're not incapacitated. Will someone be within 5 feet of him?
So yes, he can make it to get to within reach of the creature. No, there is no one who is not incapacitated within 5 feet. 5 feet is literally the square right next to it, and there's 10 feet between Thana and the creature.
Okay, well, Bright Eyes is going to try and get... Can he get between sort of where the creature is and where Tane is?
No, they're right next to each other.
Or sort of like in that zone?
I would say, you know, Tane being down, Bright Eyes can occupy the square standing over the top of Tane. Normally speaking, it's not really something, but like I'd say as long as Tane is unconscious, you can stand over the top of him. That's fine if you want to do that.
Yep, so he'd do that. And then he's going to roll to attack, but he won't have advantage because Tane's incapacitated. He got 19.
That'll do.
And then he's going to do 7 damage, which isn't much, but it's better than nothing.
Definitely better than nothing.
Right, and so Bright Eyes is going to stay where he is. And then we'll be moving to Fritz, won't we?
Yes, then we are moving to Fritz from there. So Bright Eyes making an attack against the creature, but also exposing himself to danger, standing over the top of Tane like a guard dog. I can see it in my head.
Yeah. Yep.
Fritz.
All right. So what he's going to do... let me just double check. That is an action. So I don't think I can stabilize Tane. Could I use Cure Wounds on him?
Yeah, that's exactly what that does. I will say, if you use Cure Wounds, or if Tane comes back to consciousness, if he stands up, it will shunt Bright Eyes away from his square, because you can't have them both standing in the same square if he's conscious. But
That would also be perfect because you're just before Tane's turn, so action economy wise, metagaming a little, he would get his full turn rather than just a death save roll.
I think that's what Fritz would do. So Fritz is going to move over to Tane and cast Cure Wounds.
All right. Talk to me. Yeah, that's where you're moving to, right there, right next to him, just to the west, 1 square to the west. Okay, all right. Casting Cure Wounds for 10 points of damage.
Yes, so it's 2d8 plus 3, so 10. So that's one of his things he can do. And then he's got... because he uses 2 weapons, what can he do?
I believe as a bonus action you can make an attack with your offhand weapon, if I'm not mistaken. Or does that only trigger if you make an attack with the... No, you can make an attack with the offhand. Yeah.
It's usually only if you make an attack, but it depends how nice you'd like to feel because we're fighting this really strong creature and maybe you're a kind DM to us and you just want to give us the free attack.
All right.
Yeah, well, my other option is to do Hunter's Mark.
Look, Hunter's Mark isn't a bad call because then on other turns, when you can proc it properly, you're going to get a ton more damage.
Yeah, I'd say...
I think I'm going to do Hunter's Mark on the creature. And do 1 damage.
Well, Hunter's Mark doesn't... It adds damage.
Yeah.
So
okay, well, that's cool then. I don't need to do anything
Guys.
What?
I am so sorry about this. I actually screwed up.
All right, everyone, just hold on to your horses for a second. Mod, talk to me. What's the problem?
I will say I was a little bit taken aback when I just got absolutely destroyed out of fucking nowhere. Manhandled. And Tane gets knocked down. He's a goddamn orc, and he's fuck back
Jumbo
up.
Wumba!
Hey.
I forgot
You get knocked
that
down, but you get up
completely.
again.
I did. Chumbawamba and the
Chumbawamba.
shit. So save that spell as you go to cast it. Eyes flick open. He's like, "Will your mind dancer cast a spell?"
All right, so let's walk things back a little bit here. I want to
Yes,
know if
let's
that
do that.
changes what you do.
I
Tane
apologize,
does
guys. That
not
literally
go
was
down.
that's
my brain
okay.
exploded.
Yeah, no, that's right. We're all learning our characters here. We haven't done too much combat yet. Give yourself 1 hit point there, Mods.
Okay,
And
so he's just got 1 hit point.
he's got 1 hit
Even though
point.
he's only got 1, for you just to consider this, Cure Wounds probably isn't worth it because we've already seen this thing do over 10 points of damage. So if you get a similar roll, or if Sven makes us use the same roll, whatever the case is, 1 Cure Wounds is probably still going to be this thing's like a single or 2 punches just instant down again. So I reckon save it for when someone does go down, and maybe this
Okay.
turn with Hunter's Mark, just your choice,
Yes.
but maybe we just need to fucking kill this thing or run.
Yep. All right. So can we keep Bright Eyes' attack as it was, and just have him be next to Tane?
Broadface would actually have advantage because Tane's up.
I screwed
Yeah.
everything, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm not going to allow that
Sven.
advantage. Yes, Bright Eyes attack
That's
still
fine.
stands. I will allow that
Yep.
to remain. Fritz,
No worries.
let's walk it back here.
Yep.
You have not cast that healing spell just yet. Tell me
No.
how this changes what you do.
Okay, so he'd do Hunter's Mark as his bonus action to start with onto the creature.
Mm-hmm.
He gets 2 uses of that for free per day. So that's been cast. And then he would do action. He would hit with his short sword. Sorry, my thing's stuffed up. Yes, so he would hit with his short sword, and what else? He gets Vex, but that's only next attack roll. So I'd only get 1 hit, wouldn't I? Because I've used my bonus action. Yep.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Okay, so I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to try and hit it. 17.
17 is a hit. Before you go ahead and roll that damage, let's talk about where you move to in order to get that hit in.
Yep.
Let's talk
Yep.
about positioning,
He
'cause
would
it's
move.
important.
Yep, give me a second. He has interception.
So,
So-
it's probably you and Tane standing side by side. It's how we beat the suit of armor.
Yes.
You guys just
Yes.
blocking blows.
Yes, so that's why I think that Fritz would move up next to Tane. And then he would try and hit him.
All right. So you did successfully hit it. Let's roll some damage for that hit.
This isn't going to
Yep.
be better.
I am not
Yep.
pulling punches here, ladies and gentlemen. If someone goes down, someone goes down.
3.
3 plus Hunter's Mark.
Oh, yeah.
We-
So do I do Hunter's Mark again?
Will you keep the
What do I
5
do?
that she rolled before the attack roll accidentally?
No. I'll let you to roll that
No.
Hunter's Mark.
Okay, do it again.
No, we're
Okay.
supposed to be rolling. Nice try.
1. 4 total.
4
4 total.
points of damage. Look, chipping away here. Chipping away. Some of those black roots fall to the ground. It's like, ow!
Oh, no. You've inconvenienced me slightly.
Ow! That hurts. What's wrong with you people?
Okay, and there's nothing else I can do as a fighter, is there, at this point?
As a
There's-
ranger, no, this doesn't seem. I don't think so. You've
No,
bonus
ranger,
action,
yeah. No, I don't
action
think so.
moved, so moving
Yep.
right on along to everyone's favorite, not unconscious and dying paladin, Tane Nui.
Okay.
All right.
Mashing
So-
Tane.
Not loving this. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stand up. Oh God,
Stop
I'm a
moving the
little bit
dancing
torn
lights
here
around. Stop.
because I've got 1 bonus action. I can either cast Smite, but unfortunately I'm afraid, so I'm not going to be able to do that.
Well, Frighten doesn't
this'll
stop
work.
you from casting spells, does it?
But it probably.
Like you might miss and waste the smite is what you're thinking.
No, yeah, I'm just more thinking the I wouldn't be honest.
The possession.
This thing's in my face. I'm just
Yeah,
absolutely
roll me
destroyed.
wisdom save. Let's get this out of the way. Let's see what happens here.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Is that a fail, Sven?
I'm declaring it a fail, and I'm going to use my last spell slot to cast Heroism on myself as I stare over at William, whose hands are still flaming a bit.
That's what you want to do. You go ahead and do that.
Just sort of whisper to myself to fight with the Iron Dancers. Cast Heroism. Fear goes away. And stand up, and I'm going to have a swing at the big devil with my sword.
All right. Let's find out what happens. As you swing at this creature with your sword, heroism cast upon you. With renewed vigor, you stand in defiance. Unfortunately, a 10 is not enough to beat this creature's AC.
Do you have the heroic from before if you want to?
Yes, let's do it.
This is
No,
a
better yet,
kitchen
I'll
sink
save
situation,
that.
I think.
I'll save that.
All right.
Yeah.
Holding on to that one.
Save that for when you get knocked unconscious.
Yes.
I love how it's when you get knocked unconscious.
That's going to be my nat 20 to get back up, buddy.
All
Okay.
I'm assuming we're ending your turn there.
We are.
Thana, you have +1 to your spell casting thanks to that artifact purchased
Yes.
for you by Sweet Pear.
Thank you. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to let me think. Let me look at my spells. I think what I want to do is I want to cast Toll of the Dead.
Okay, talk to me
Yes.
about Toll the Dead.
Okay, you point at a creature you can see within range, and the single chime of a dolorous bell is audible within 10 feet of the target. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 1d12 necrotic damage.
Yeah, okay. What save did it have to make, sorry?
It has to make a wisdom save. I imagine this creature is extremely wise.
Is it wise? Let's find out.
And it's a 14 it has to beat.
Is that a 14 with the +1?
Yes.
It rolled a 14.
Throw me a bone here, Sven.
It rolled a 14.
Oh, fuck off.
Just so everyone knows, I'm not making this shit up. It rolled a 14. Man, rolling
Can I
rocks
use my
tonight.
inspiration to make it hit?
No. No.
Throw me a bone here, please.
I mean, the creature will throw you a couple of bones once it pulls them from one of your corpses.
Amazing. Okay, well, that's my turn. I tried.
No bonus action? Nothing else?
I'm just gonna have a look. I think, let me have a look-see. I've never played a cleric before. I just want to see if there's nothing I can do. Christian, tell me if there's something I can do.
No, there's not. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Help me.
Christian,
You're not a
Look,
DM.
you've-
You
you've
have
got-
to help me.
You've got D&D Beyond open, right? I'll help you for
I do.
now and the future. Go to your action page,
Yeah.
and then the subcategories you have: attack, action, bonus action, reaction. If you click on one of those, it tells you all things of that variety you have available.
Oh. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Click on reaction, it tells you all reactions you have. Bonus action, all bonus actions you have. Actions, all actions. So if you click on bonus actions, you'll see that Thana at the moment has nothing.
It
Is
is
lame. Yep. Cool.
Baffling that you only are just learning that now after so many years of playing this game.
Yeah,
But-
I just want to clarify for the chat and for the stream, I've been playing D&D for 5 years now.
You can also scroll down to see it too. Like, it's not just clicking.
Yeah, that's always what I've done.
Look,
There's a lot of information there, though. Clicking is nice and simple. I taught Jess that, and it made it a lot easier to know what her character does. Yeah, no, at the moment, until you get like a feat like Shield Basher as a cleric, or some sort of like feat like Telekinesis, or spells like Healing Word, there's not much for you.
all right. End of round 1. Top of round 2. You've done a little bit of damage. Who wants to go through to the creature's next turn, or shall we call it a night there? I don't want to.
Let's call it.
Let's call it a night there, as that dolorous bell rings with no effect. You are staring death in the face for the first time up until this moment. Things have been not too hard, but it's taken a turn for the horrific.
Does it look like we've made a? Have we chipped away at all? Like, do we see any like signs that we've done something good?
You've done a little damage, yeah. Is
We've
it
dealt 29 damage. I'm keeping track. I want to know when this thing's bloodied so that I can calculate how many hit points it has.
Sorry, yeah, Christian, we've dealt 29 damage before resistances.
before resistances?
So you're assuming this thing isn't resistant to fucking everything.
Exactly. Something to keep in mind for next week. Let's drop your predictions in the Discord for which characters are going to make it out of this situation alive. I'm thinking 2 of you are going down, but I might be wrong. I've been known to be wrong in the past, not often, but every now and then. And if you haven't already, make sure you join us on the Discord with the chat command !Discord. As always, I want to say a huge thank you to tabletopaudio.com for the ambience that they provide for us to use for this amazing campaign. Make sure you join us tomorrow night with episode 2 of Vecna Eve of Ruin. I am a player in that one, so is Jammer. It is going to be phenomenal. And again, as always, you can join us Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for the next episode of Beckoned Blackest Night, Twitch's most dramatically named live stream. Thanks, guys. Good night, everybody. And may all your 20s a bit dirty.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.